When you reach middle age, you'll feel your life increasingly resembles Journey to the West. Pressures like ing or kong, a bulging belly like true bat gai, a balding head like sa tung, talkative as dung tung, facing all 81 trials without missing a single one. And most importantly, you're getting closer and closer to Tathian. Life is indeed like a vibrant yet chaotic Facebook page. People rush to hit like or drop shallow comments on your dramas. A word of comfort, a sympathetic emoji, but then they scroll past, leaving you alone to wrestle with your mess. They're busy with their own walls, posting stories, struggles, and moments polished with sparkling filters, just waiting for likes. In the endless stream of statuses and stories, everyone is the protagonist of their own play. But few pause to truly lend a hand in cleaning up your real-life chaos. If you're slightly better than others, they'll envy you. But if you're far superior, they'll admire you. That's the difference. Life is like a colorful stage, yet not without scrutinizing eyes. If you're just a bit better, like grass rising slightly above the ground, envious gazes will quietly stalk you, like a cold breeze, whispering jealousy through the leaves. But when you rise far above, like a towering mountain amidst the plains, surpassing ordinary limits, envy turns to admiration. People's eyes no longer pierce, but shimmer with awe, like gazing at a radiant star in the night sky. The difference lies in that distance. A small step makes you a target, but a great leap turns you into an icon. Always look at the bright side of things. If you can't see it, polish it until it shines. Life, like a rough stone lying by the roadside, always holds hidden facets waiting to be discovered. Always seek its bright side, the glint of sunlight through cracks or colors buried beneath the dust of time. If darkness obscures it, don't turn away. Take faith like a soft cloth, patiently wipe away the gloom, and polish each moment until it glows. Every challenge, every failure can become a radiant gem as long as you keep searching and refining with hope and effort. A smile is the cheapest cosmetic, exercise the cheapest medicine, and a greeting the cheapest cost of connection. Life, like a simple painting, needs only a few gentle strokes to become radiant. A smile, costing not a cent, is a miraculous cosmetic, brightening faces and bridging hearts. Exercise, like a prescription-free remedy, is the cheapest medicine, filling the body with vitality and the soul with a gentle breeze. And a greeting, just a few fleeting sounds, is the smallest cost of connection, yet it builds bridges, turning strangers into familiar faces. These simple things, like morning sunlight, cost nothing, yet make life sparkle, warm, and full of meaning. The breakfast shop doesn't stay open until evening. Those who want to eat have already come early. Life is like a small breakfast shop by the roadside, bustling only in the dawn's light. Steaming buns and bowls of fragrant porridge don't wait until sunset. Those who crave them rise early, jostling in the crowd, savoring the flavors still lingering on their tongues. Wait until evening, and the shop is closed, leaving only dim lights and empty tables. Opportunities, like breakfast, don't wait. Seize them before the day fades. Life is never easy, which is why you now are far stronger than your past self. Even if fate stubbornly pours more boiling water, calmly brew a cup of tea. Life, like a pot of boiling water, never gently caresses anyone. The storms and challenges piled up over the years have forged you from a fragile branch into a sturdy tree, roots deep in the earth. Though fate may obstinately pour more scalding water, you smile calmly, pick up some fragrant tea leaves, and leisurely brew a cup. The tea's aroma wafts, gently soothing all bitterness, like how you've learned to walk calmly through storms, stronger than yesterday's self. This world is nothing but a grand stage. Under dazzling lights, only 1,000 people play the lead, holding the script and capturing every gaze. A bit further, hundreds of millions crowd as extras, passing through the backdrop like fleeting breezes, forming a noisy crowd no one remembers. And across the vast stage of life, 6.9 billion others quietly exist as chairs, walls, or lampposts, like rivers flowing by silent, still, merely completing the scene for others to perform. A splendid yet cruel stage where not everyone born is allowed to speak their lines. If you don't stand up for yourself, heaven and earth will forsake you. In the tapestry of human survival, a person is like a speck of dust in the vast universe. If that speck doesn't learn to spin, to hold on to its breath, the winds of heaven will sweep it away, the earth will bury it, and the sky will turn its back. If you don't stand up for yourself, heaven and earth will forsake you. Not a call to selfishness, but a warning. Nurture yourself before you can lift others. For how can a flickering lamp light the darkness around it? Heaven's path is open, yet no one seeks it. Hell has no gates, yet visitors flock. Before humanity, heaven opens a golden path, fragrant with flowers, yet it lies quiet, without a single footprint. People often turn away, barely giving it a glance. Yet hell, with no gates or invitations, only cold shadows and blazing flames, draws crowds, willingly stepping in, like moths to a fire. Could it be that pain, desire, and delusion hold more allure than peace and serenity? And so, heaven remains silent in its solitude, while hell buzzes like a lively market. Extremes reverse. Joy at its peak turns to sorrow. Union leads to parting, and prosperity to decline. In the endless cycle of creation, all things are like waves crashing on the shore. When a wave peaks, it begins its fall to the depths. Joy, pushed to its limit, transforms into dripping sorrow. Joyous reunions and brimming cups will, sooner or later, give way to farewells. A glorious dynasty, when golden light blankets the horizon, silently welcomes the creeping shadow of decline. All things in life cannot escape the cycle of rise and fall, union and separation, joy and sorrow. Thus, in good times, one must know to pause, to keep the heart calm, so joy doesn't twist into bitterness. A drop of water falling into a lake vanishes, but on a lotus leaf, it sparkles like a pearl. The fall is the same, but who it lands with matters most. A tiny, clear droplet seems unremarkable. When it falls into a vast lake, it instantly dissolves, blending into countless other drops, leaving no trace. But that same drop, landing on a lush lotus leaf, remains whole, round, glistening like a pearl under morning light. The same drop, the same fall, yet its value is entirely different. In life, too, it's not just who you are, but who you stand with, the environment that lifts you. For it's the pieces around you that decide whether you fade into oblivion or shine brilliantly. Most of our sorrows stem from comparing our backstage to someone else's trailer. Each person's life is like a movie. We often only see others' trailers' vibrant, dazzling scenes, their most polished, sparkling moments. Then we compare them to our backstage full of botched takes, stumbles, and unedited shadows. And so, sorrow creeps in, self-doubt sprouts. But we forget everyone has a messy backstage they don't show. True value lies not in a few minutes of a trailer, but in the entire film where you are the star. Only after hiding behind thick layers of makeup do we see a bare face is the purest beauty. Only after craving sugary sodas do we long for a sip of pure water. Only after wobbling on high heels do we miss the comfort of youthful sneakers. Only after diving into bustling glamour do we yearn for a quiet garden with a sparse fence and gentle breeze. Only after losing too many hands do we learn to hold tightly to one. Perhaps we must wander far, taste enough flavors, and face enough losses to truly understand. Choices aren't about more or less, but what keeps our heart. Each person's life is like a boat adrift on a vast ocean. If the deck is piled with heavy crates, worries, grudges, endless ambitions, the boat slows or stalls amidst the waves. Only by daring to open those crates, sort, and let go of excess can the boat feel light, sails catch the wind, and the journey continue. Sometimes, freedom isn't about adding more, but knowing what to release. Mother once said, "Life is never short of troubles." Some troubles blow in like strange winds from the alley, brought by others, intentionally or not. But most troubles are like thorns we stick into our own hands, distant worries, stubborn attachments, greed, or obstinacy. People easily blame life or others, rarely looking back to see how many burdens they've tied to their own load. Life is like a stage for one, with noise and arguments echoing from the audience below. Whether applauded or booed depends solely on how you perform. Life is like a grand stage, where each person is the star of their own play. Below the stands, applause mixes with jeers, praise tangled with criticism like crashing waves. But the spotlight above cares not for the clamor below. It only illuminates the one at center stage. How you perform, how you live, decides the show of your life. The audience comes and goes, leaving only fleeting echoes. Never fully trust what you tell yourself when you're sad and lonely. When sadness and loneliness descend, the mind is like a dark room where a warped mirror reflects a distorted self. The words you whisper to yourself in those moments are tinged with despair, no longer truth, only echoes of the darkness within. So, never wholly believe what you say to yourself in sorrow, for it's not the voice of reason, but the thin smoke of loneliness clouding your inner light. The fish, with shimmering eyes, whispers to the water, "You'll never see my tears, for I'm crying in my own home." The water gently embraces the fish, like arms cradling a fragile soul, and softly replies, "I may not see, but I always feel, for every tear of yours melts into my heart." Each morning you wake, you feel like a sheet fresh from a photocopier, monotone, repetitive, without color or mark. Today mirrors yesterday, and tomorrow seems no different from today. That's when your heart begins to wither in the meaningless repetition. Pause, take a deep breath, give yourself space to reflect. Are you living or merely existing? For only by daring to stop can you find the true meaning to move forward, vibrant and alive. The best attitude in life is clarity in your words. I'm not a voicemail box for anyone to send whatever they want or talk behind my back. If there's something to say, stand tall and speak to my face like light shining boldly in the day, not skulking in the dark. Your speed of success must outpace the aging of your parents. Success isn't just your dream, it's the greatest gift for those who sacrificed their youth to raise you. Your growth and rise must be swift, so while your parents are still strong, still smiling, you can show them pride shining in their eyes. Don't let the day you achieve glory be when your father's hair is white, his back bent, and his happy smile only a memory. A journey can be short or long, depending on your wallet, but how far and wide you go lies in eyes that observe and a heart that feels. Some travel halfway around the world and return with just a few photos. Others wander a small village and carry home a sky full of memories. For a journey's depth isn't measured in miles, but in the openness of your soul. Life is a vast encyclopedia, holding all we've known and yet to touch. It's also like a guitar, sometimes low and sad, sometimes ringing with joy, each note a memorable moment. Above all, life is like a strict time clock, reminding us that every passing second is a precious chance. Those who gather knowledge, feel the music, and respect time will find a steady rhythm for their journey. In life, each person is like a frog in a well. Some are in a shallow well, leaping once to see the vast sky. Others are in a deep well, needing great effort to escape the narrow darkness. The well is your circumstances, the limits of your mind, the invisible frame caging your vision. So, the difference isn't whether you're a frog, but which well you choose to live in, and whether you dare leap out to see the whole sky. The world is like a giant train. It doesn't stop just because you're tired. Its wheels grind on the tracks, smoke billows, and the scenery outside the window rushes by. If you laze today, refusing to board, tomorrow you'll exhaust yourself running, chasing a train long gone. Life waits for no one. Only you decide whether to stroll in step or lag behind, breathless. Youth is like a sudden downpour, where even one drop can make the sky in your heart collapse. A fleeting glance, a careless word, can stir the heart to its depths. But as you mature, the storms in your heart calm into a still lake. You learn to swallow tears, letting pain no longer scream, but fold quietly into memory. Maturity isn't ceasing to cry, but crying in silence, hurting, yet walking on calmly. Always being cheerful isn't a personality, it's a skill. A smile isn't always a natural gift, but often armor donned after countless falls. Those who stay cheerful amidst storms are like a small candle stubbornly glowing in fierce winds. Cheerfulness isn't just a trait, it's a skill, a gentle strength that carries you through storms, keeping the light in your heart alive. They say the path to success bears no footprints of the lazy, but in truth, the lazy leave no footprints. They ride a cart, seek shortcuts, or turn the path into a slide to avoid walking. Sometimes, that smart laziness finds a shorter, faster route, while others sweat on an endless road. Some days, your heart grows weary amidst laughter, amidst caring words, not because you reject love or betray kindness, but simply because you crave a quiet corner, like a silkworm yearning to retreat into its cocoon. For loneliness isn't an escape, but a cocoon, for healing, for pausing, for gathering strength to emerge as a butterfly tomorrow. Humans aren't grains of sand swept away by the wind in a vast desert. We're born to leave footprints on our path, to plant seeds of memory in others' souls. It could be a smile brightening a morning, a hand clasp dispelling cold, or a word giving someone courage to go on. That mark need not be grand, but it makes your existence meaningful, like a small star, forever shining in the night sky. Life is like a vast arena where each person is a fighter of their own fate. At times, you'll take unexpected blows, feeling unable to rise, but falling isn't defeat. True defeat comes only when you choose to stay down, drop your gloves, and refuse to fight on. Each time you rise, though your body aches, you prove your will is stronger than pain. Like in a match, the crowd remembers the fighter who endures to the end, not the one who quits midway. The road to success isn't a sleek skyscraper with an elevator to the top. It's like a towering building with only an endless staircase. Each step is a day of hard work, a moment of patience, a drop of sweat. You may tire, even want to turn back, but as long as you keep moving, you'll get closer to the top. And when you reach the highest floor, looking back at the stairs you climbed, you'll see the struggle made the victory glorious. Humans are born with similarities: eyes to see, ears to hear, lips to speak, and a heart to feel. But the differences in how we use them create countless unique worlds. Some use their eyes to find beauty, others see only flaws. Some listen to understand, others to judge. Some speak to heal, others to wound. And the heart home to countless emotions never beats to the same rhythm of thought. That's why each person's sorrow is unique, incomparable. Sorrow, after all, is the distinct mark of each soul. Metal, being hard, easily breaks. Water, being soft, remains whole. In life, being too rigid, too principled, can make you brittle when crises strike. But flexibility, adaptability, is the strength that lets you go far, endure, and stay whole. In movies, two people who lost each other might reunite by chance in a cozy cafe, steeped in warm aromas, or bump into each other on a familiar street corner, eyes meeting as if years apart never happened. But in life, it's different. The platform is empty, the train has left, and backward glances turn to dust. Life isn't so kind. Sometimes a goodbye is final, turning the once familiar into strangers locked in memory. Life, like a book spanning millions of years, records the beast's transformation into human step by step, rising from the darkness of instinct to the light of reason. Yet with just a few million dong, a trifling sum in the material world, human hearts can slide, letting greed and desire drag them back to beastly instincts. Money, like a sharp blade, can cut through the veneer of civility, exposing dark corners, millions of years of evolution thought erased. In a flash, from humans with loving hearts, they become shadows snarling, clawing at the fragile line of humanity. Life is like a rugged path on a mountainside, with no support behind you, with no one to lean on. You must stand firm, feet gripping the rocky ground of life. Falling isn't an option, for behind you is a gaping abyss where dreams and hopes easily vanish. Each step, though unsteady, proves your inner strength, like a flame in your soul, fueling unyielding will. You are your own wall, steadfast against storms, for falling means losing everything. Life is like a long race on a vast track where each carries their own medals. Education, like a bronze medal, glimmers with knowledge, a solid foundation, but only a start. Ability, like a silver medal, shines brighter, showing the strength of skill and courage, overcoming real challenges. But relationships, social bonds, are the gold medal, rare and precious, connecting people and opening doors education or ability alone can't reach. Above all, mindset is the guiding torch, an invisible crown, shaping how you wield those metals. It's the wind pushing your life's boat through storms, turning bronze, silver, and gold into masterpieces of success. Money comes in two forms. When spent, it's money, an asset. When unspent, it's just paper, a legacy. Life is like a bustling market where money flows through hands like water. When you spend it, it becomes true assets, a warm meal, a memorable trip, or a happy smile. That money is alive, carrying the value of moments you cherish. But when money sits idle in a safe, unmoving, it's merely lifeless paper, waiting to become someone's inheritance. Like the wind, money only holds meaning when set free to flow through life, not caged in a glass case of hoarding. Sometimes we must ask, is life perhaps a warped slice of a dream? Life, like a painting drawn with hazy strokes, makes us wonder if it's merely a warped slice of a dream. Days pass, sometimes radiant like sunlight through leaves, sometimes misty like fog, cloaking the path. Each moment, we seem to walk the line between reality and dream, where joy and sorrow intertwine, distorted like ripples on water. Perhaps life is a dream where we're both dreamer and the awake, piecing together its warped fragments into a complete story, never certain what's real or illusion. Life's troubles are summed up in 12 words. Can't let go, can't figure out, can't see through, can't forget. Life, like a thick book brimming with emotions, captures its troubles in 12 sharp words. Can't let go, can't figure out, can't see through, can't forget. Each word is an invisible thread binding the soul things you want to release, but your hands cling to, questions swirling with no exit, truths as murky as moonlight through fog, and memories that cling, stubborn as shadows in the heart. They're like a cold wind blowing through life's path, slowing your steps, yet reminding you, only by facing and overcoming them can you find light amidst the gloom. One day, the world will smooth your sharp edges. You'll pull out all your thorns and learn to smile at those you once hated. Life, like a ceaseless river, will smooth the jagged edges of your soul, turning them into polished pebbles, gleaming under sunlight. One day, the proud thorns you clung to for defense will be plucked, not from weakness, but because you've learned gentleness is sometimes stronger. You'll face those you once despised, not with cold eyes, but a gentle smile, not to please, but because you've realized smiling isn't surrender. It's how you surpass yourself, turning the world from a battlefield into a journey worth living.